And here we go. We're going to begin with this. America's unrelenting coronavirus pandemic. It's caused more than 12 million infections, 3 million plus in November alone. Now, a new model predicts it could soon get even worse than that. Another 169,000 cases were reported yesterday. That model, published in the journal Scientific Reports, estimates that the U.S. could reach 20 million cases by the end of January under the current social distancing efforts.
We're seeing airports full of travelers right now, ignoring the CDC's recommendations to stay home for Thanksgiving. The TSA says it screened more than 3 million people between Friday and Sunday. Sunday was the busiest day at our airports since the middle of March.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy warns the next few months in his state will be brutal as COVID cases rise. He's encouraging everyone to celebrate Thanksgiving with only their immediate family. And Governor Murphy joins us now. Governor Murphy, good morning to you. I love talking to governors about the crisis because really this has been a state-led effort to combat it. Additionally, we are at an interesting moment. 8 months in, we've kind of been here before with a big surge. How are you thinking about things this time around differently from when you faced it in April and May?
Good to be with you, Tony. Well, first of all, we're at the front end of a holiday season that comes one after the other in cold weather, and that's a bad combination. Secondly, there's a lot of pandemic fatigue that we didn't have in the spring. Thirdly, a lot of the transmission is in private settings. So, yes, are we taking surgical action? You betcha. Closing indoor dining at 10 o'clock, limiting indoor gatherings to 10 persons, and other steps we've taken. But we're mostly pleading with people to do the right thing behind closed doors. Celebrate with just your immediate family, and please don't do it with grandma and grandpa.
When you think back to April and May, the last time we had a surge like this, you can't help but notice that you had stay-at-home orders then and you don't now. Knowing what you know now about how to combat this, do you wish you had gone easier then, or are you considering going harder now still?
No, I think we had no choice in the spring. This is something we knew nothing about as a nation, frankly, as a global health community. That's an asset today. We know a lot more. This is not all bad news. We're in for a rough couple of months, and we got to keep our guard up. But we know a lot more. We have a lot more capacities, and the vaccine scene is real. They are coming. They'll be safe. They'll be efficacious. But for the next 2 to 3 months, we are in a tough war.
You made the point that there's always a trade-off between the public health component of this and then the business economy freedom component of this. And if you were to be more arduous with the restrictions on business, you would, as you put it, be putting a bullet in their head. But you would consider it if there was stimulus money from the federal government. If you had a bill giving businesses money to stay closed, if you had help from the feds, would you be considering shutting things down in the state of New Jersey?
We'd have more degrees of freedom, without question. So if we see there's transmission, for instance, in restaurants, we saw them morphing into clubs after 10 o'clock. We took action. So if we see transmission, we'll take action, whether the feds are supporting financially or not. But if it's a close call on the margin, and you've got federal stimulus in size that can help these poor small business owners, restaurant owners, folks who are unemployed, that gives you more degrees of freedom, without question.
Governor, I want to talk to you about an incident I thought was very disrespectful to you. You were outside dining with your family, following the rules, eating outside. One of your constituents was, I thought, vulgar, disrespectful. I saw it happen to Sarah Huckabee when she was with her family. I think families should be off limits. But I'm wondering how you all reacted to that. And are you surprised that this thing has become so heated about the mask, to wear a mask, not to wear a mask, that it now becomes, it's like chaos in the streets on some level?
Yeah, I mean, Gail, those are all good questions. The overwhelming amount of stress I get, some of this has been added to it unnecessarily, particularly around masking.
Yeah.
There's no reason we should be having a political discussion about whether you're wearing a mask. We were dining outdoors in the middle of our meal. I'm a big guy. I could take it. My wife could take it. I'd prefer folks to be more civil and to leave our kids out of this, but I completely get the stress. the stress levels are exceptionally high. You've lost a job, you've lost a business, you've lost a loved one. I can't blame folks for being stressful. I just would preach that we got to try to find ways to come together, hunker down. This isn't forever and for always. We got a tough few months in front of us, but we're going to get through this. We just got to do it together.
I get the stress. I just don't like the disrespect. Did you guys just continue eating, or what did you do? Because she called you some choice words. I won't repeat it here.
Yeah. From the world of male anatomy.
Yeah, from the world of male anatomy, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, we kept eating dinner, and I'm a Murphy, so I had a drink afterward as well. Yeah, listen, it was unfortunate. The language was unacceptable. I wish our kids weren't sucked into it, but I get the stress.
You get it.
Your kids handled it well, I have to say. They did.
Governor Murphy, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Have a good holiday.
You too. Thanks for having me.
It is